Hello again, it's time for another project. Today we're going to transfer a photoed image of this beautiful bird onto this piece of wood. It's about 8.5 inch by 11 inch, so it's A4 size. We know it's going to fit on. You must get your printed image on laser paper. It's just got a little bit of a sheen to it, look. This works better than the inkjet. And remember, if you're getting something with words on, like Pretty Parrot, get it in mirror image, reversed, because when you come to lay it down, that way the writing won't be backwards. So we've got our piece of wood, like I say, just standard DIY shelving wood. We've got our laser printed image. What we're going to do is transfer that onto the wood, and for that I'm going to use good old Mod Podge. And all we're going to do is put a layer over the printed image. I've been known to put it onto the wood first and basically stick this onto it, give it a good clean out, good wipe down should I say, let it dry, and then we'll start peeling this back off by applying water. Takes a while and your fingers do get a little bit worn away. Some people have been known to use rags or sponges. I won't. And then when it's finally dry, we'll throw some medium gel over the top just to finish off the finished project. Some people have been known to put that on first and just use that. Some have been known to use just Mod Podge for sticking the image down and then Mod Podge for covering the image afterwards. So it's a trial and error thing, but I'm going to stick it down with this and go over the end image with that. So let's apply it to the image first and let's get started. Right, so we've got our laser printed image ready. I'm going to use one of these little foam brushes to apply it. I suppose you can use a normal brush. I've been known to just use my fingers. For this one, I'm going to try and put it on the image first and then we'll turn it onto the wood. So let's get this put on. Like so, basically. Don't be afraid of it, just get it applied. You're just going to give it a good coating like so. Right to the edges, obviously. So just give it a good coating. We'll come back when this is complete. Right, we've applied that. I've stuck it down to the piece of wood, and now I just want to get all the air bubbles out, like so. Get a nice rag, brush it all down, and basically that's it. If you want to get a card and smooth it down, but we can see that's all smoothed, that's all applied. So all we got to do now is just wait for it to dry. Don't rush into this. Put it away. Come back 12 hours, 24 hours, just to be safe. And then we'll start applying our water at the back and basically rubbing and rubbing away. And all this paper should come off and leave us a nice parrot underneath. Now, I've done a few of these before and you do get bits that come off. That's just a look at the drawer. I did a wedding photograph and it scraped away the lady's eyes. It was just a mess, so I had to start all over again. So if you're going for a stressed vintage look, this will be ideal. I've done some that have come out really good, and I've done some where I've scrapped them and called it a day. So we'll see how we get on with this. But as far as we're concerned, that'll do for now. Okay, that's all dried nicely. Now all we've got to do now is apply some water. Warm, cold, it doesn't matter. And basically just rub this paper off the back as the ink the image we want is stuck to the Mod Podge that we put on yesterday. So okay, let's start getting our water on. Just rub it in light, so just do it nice and gently. Do not rub too hard, or you'll find yourself in serious trouble. You'll just make a mess of things. The good thing about this, you can do 10 minutes, go away, come back tomorrow, do another 10 minutes. There's no big race. Can I work out on average, it will take you 45 minutes continuous, if not longer, to clear this off. We'll just keep going like that. The good thing with these, or the bad thing should I say, is any white that was in the picture, that just disappears, and you'll have all the grain of the wood coming through. But unfortunately, it's got a nice big white eye here, so we'll lose all that white. But we might just get away with it because the wood's quite clear, if you know what I mean, because of white wood. So I'll try and find you a bit here that I can actually peel off to show you. I do recommend you do this by the sink because you get paper everywhere. You can see there, look, that's coming off slowly. I'm not going to rush it because you will rub the ink off at the same time. And you actually think you've finished it, and you come back the next day and be a white film dried over. Just get the water out again and go over it again. And it's more about feel. In the end, you'll feel it on your fingertips like this, nice and smooth. There's nothing in the way. And that's when we can apply our final medium gel, just to coat it and make it look more like a canvas. But you can see what's going on there. So I'll continue with this because it is a slow process and I'm not going to rush it and spoil it. So I'll do this and then we'll come back more or less when it's complete. Right, that's about finished for the moment. I've had a couple of issues. One at the bottom of his foot, a couple of little speckles here, and just one little piece here. These bits aren't actually the image coming away, it's just reflection is that bit. So I was quite pleased with that, and I was lucky that that one matches in with that line. But the one at the bottom at claw is quite a big piece. And two little bits there. So it's not drastic. The face has come out well enough. So that's lucky enough. You notice how the white's not as white as it was before we started. And all this white in the background, that's just gone all together. But it's nice how the grain of the wood comes through. Right, we'll let that dry. You'll probably want another little skim over with some water because you'll get a little white film on here. And then we'll apply our medium gel. So let this dry for now and we'll come back later. We're on the last stage of this little process. That's dried out nicely. I didn't actually have any powdery film on it or anything, so I'm quite happy to leave that at that. Like I said before, I'm a little bit annoyed about these little bits here and the claw. Now you can get a marker pen and you might get away with touching these up. I've actually tried it just here with a bit of green. It's hard to see and it just stands out too much. So I'm going to leave that. Like I say, that's original photograph, so we haven't done too bad. The birds come out beautiful. That's come out perfect. Could have been that we had lost the centre of that eye and that would have been ruined. So we got lucky. And I think with all that's going on in the cage, we'll get away with these little bits. So just be conscious of that when you're doing your own little projects. Right, anyway, let's move on. The last bit, a medium gel. This is just going to coat it. I want it to protect the picture slightly, and also it just gives it a nice textured finish. And you will see the brush strokes in it, so when you come to put them on, nice straight lines like that. Okay, let's get this applied. This is quite old, so we'll see what we end up with. You can also do the Mod Podge like we said before, so don't go out and purchase anything special. Okay, let's get this on. Basically just coat the whole thing in this, like so. Right to the edges. If you wanted to, you can go over the sides, but I'm going to put a bit of linseed on this just to darken this wood down slightly. And basically cover it all, and then as it dries it will clear perfect. There is different finishes on these. This is a gloss matte gel, a gloss gel should I say. You do matte and satin, so find the one that suits you. Once you've coated it all, let it dry and you can go over it again, depending on what kind of thickness you're looking for. But try and get your strokes quite even. Don't go like this, because you'll see that in your picture. So nice long strokes, like so. That's basically all we're going to do. A little bit in this corner. I'll finish this off and then we'll let it dry out and we'll see what we've ended up with. Right, that's dried nicely. That's all done. I've decided not to put the linseed on because I quite like the lighter background, and how it just blends into the sides. So I want to leave the linseed oil off. You can see that shine on there. That's from your medium gel. It's not normally as noticeable as that. You can see all the brush strokes in there. But the medium gel is so old, I just don't know if that's a problem with it, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. I'm quite happy with that. So there you go. One photo to wood transfer. Thank you for watching.